Hello there you guys, welcome to one of my videos. Manchester United are in the last 16 of the Champions League after a 2-0 win against Villarreal. Michael Carrick wins his first game as the interim manager. I've got to give Michael Carrick credit tonight. I thought his game plan was correct and his substitutions were correct. Jadon Sancho, he was our best player tonight. Every time he got the ball, he looked threatening. Sancho got into some very good positions. Sancho scored his first goal for the club tonight. What a finish it was as well, outside the box. It come off the inside of the crossbar. Sancho should have had another goal because he had a very good chance from close range, produced a good save from the Villarreal goalkeeper. It's probably the first good game that Jadon Sancho has had at Man United. Because when we had Ole, we weren't getting the best out of Sancho. But there again, there was quite a few games Sancho didn't play in under Solskjaer. So reflecting on his good performance tonight, hopefully he can build on that now. Manchester United got Sancho in a deal worth 78 million with add-ons included. Sancho's under contract with Man United until June 2026. There's an option of a further year. Aaron Wan-Bissaka, I thought he enjoyed a very good game tonight. I thought he dealt well with Danjuma. Bissaka made some very good interceptions and some good blocks. Bissaka is one of the best right backs we've had since Gary Neville. We got Bissaka for around 50 million from Crystal Palace back in the summer of 2019. Cristiano Ronaldo, obviously he scored Manchester United's first goal. It was a lovely chip over the Villarreal goalkeeper. Ronaldo's goal though actually came from a poor clearance from the Villarreal goalkeeper. Their keeper cleared it out. Obviously then Fred took the ball off Capu, I think it was, and then obviously Ronaldo got it. So obviously Fred played a part in the Ronaldo goal. Ronaldo now has 10 goals in all competitions since he re-signed for Manchester United. Ronaldo also scored the winner in the reverse fixture against Villarreal at Old Trafford. Ronaldo should have had another goal in the game tonight. He had a good chance. I think it was from a pretty tight angle, but just went wide. Ronaldo got an assist in the 4-1 defeat to Watford. Ronaldo is the best player in the world overall. You know, he has won 32 major trophies in his playing career, including 5 Ballon d'Ors. He's under contract with Man United until 2023. There's an option of a further year. And Ronaldo receives £480,000 a week, so he's the highest earner at Man United. He does wear the number 7 shirt, and we got him for 19.8 million. Add-ons were included. Man United paid like over 12 million up front. Van der Beek, I think he enjoyed a pretty good game tonight. Obviously, he was playing in the number 10. You know, he started ahead of Fernandes. Hopefully, Van der Beek will now get his opportunities, because Van der Beek didn't really get the chance under Solskjaer. Van der Beek made an instant impact when he came on in the 4-1 defeat to Watford. You know, Van der Beek did score in that game, and he was trying to make things happen, and he got in some decent positions. You know, if Van der Beek from now on, you know, can get a lot of game time, I can see him staying at Manchester United. But obviously, when we had Ollie, you know, Van der Beek confirmed that he wants to leave the club in January. This season is Van der Beek's second full season at Man United. You know, he's been at the club now for over a year and a half. Man United got Van der Beek in a deal worth 40 million with add-ons included. He's got a contract with the club till 2025. There's an option of a further year, and he's versatile. He can play in 3 different roles. Bruno Fernandes, yes, he did come on in the game tonight and obviously made an impact. You know, Fernandes got the assist for Jadon Sancho's goal. It was good to see Fernandes make an impact, because I don't think Fernandes was that good in the 4-1 defeat to Watford. And he certainly wasn't good in the 2-0 defeat to Man City. I was actually surprised that Fernandes didn't start tonight, because Fernandes starts the vast majority of Manchester United's games. You know, Fernandes is one of the best signings we made since Ferguson retired. You know, Fernandes has been a United player now for almost 2 years. We got him from Sporting Lisbon back in January 2020. And he's won awards at the club reflecting on his good performances. Fernandes wants to stay at Man United. He made that clear earlier on this season. You know, Fernandes has got a contract with the club till 2025. There's an option of a further year. Marcus Rashford, got to give him credit. I thought he made an impact when he came on tonight. Rashford actually had a very good chance. It produced a good save from the Villarreal goalkeeper, and I thought Rashford also made some very, very good runs down that flank. Rashford has done well in quite a few games, you know, since he come back, but he's enjoyed some poor games as well. You know, don't forget, at one point Rashford was out with a shoulder injury for a while, and at one point he had to have an operation on his shoulder. Rashford's been part of the club for a long time, hasn't he? He's been a United player since the age of 7, and he's been in our senior squad since 2016, and Rashford's got a contract with the club until 2023. Fred, he obviously played tonight. I do recall him having a chance in the game. I think it's the only chance he had in the game. It was a save from the Villarreal goalkeeper. But like I say, Manchester United were defensive tonight. But all that matters is Manchester United got the win. And it was also good to see Manchester United keep a clean sheet. From a Villarreal perspective, they'll be very, very disappointed. You know, Villarreal dominated large periods of the game. You know, they did dominate possession. You know, they had some good chances as well in the game. Gomez had a good chance. Produced a very good save from David De Gea. Trigueros, I recall him having 2 good chances. You know, De Gea made, 2 good saves to deny Trigueros. Danjuma, he had, I think, some chances in the game as well. One of Villarreal's players got booked in the game, so he's suspended for the next game. I can't remember which player it was. But we knew going into tonight's game that, you know, the pressure was on. And obviously we knew it was going to be difficult going away from home to Villarreal. And we knew that we had to see a response from that 4-1 thrashing to Watford last weekend. And yeah, you know, Manchester United responded very well. So yeah, we are in to the last 16. There is still 1 game to spare in the group. Manchester United just have to play Young Boys now at Old Trafford. So now that's twice we've beat Villarreal. You know, beating them 2-0 tonight and beating them 2-1 at Old Trafford. Villarreal, don't forget, beat Manchester United in the Europa League final last season, 11-10 on penalties. So obviously now Man United have got revenge on Villarreal twice from that loss in the Europa League final last season. And Unai Emery, you know, he's Villarreal's manager, and you know what? I think he's actually a very good manager. You know, he's got a pretty decent pedigree behind him. You know, he has won trophies, hasn't he? You know, at his current team, Villarreal, he's won the Europa League. You know, he won a few Europa Leagues when he was Sevilla manager. He also won trophies when he was PSG manager. Unai Emery come close to winning the Europa League with Arsenal, but obviously he didn't win it with Arsenal. I think Unai Emery was Arsenal manager for 18 months, and obviously Arsenal sacked him. Unai Emery has been in charge of Villarreal for over a year now. He's got a contract with Villarreal until 2023. Earlier on this season, Unai Emery rejected the Newcastle job. Tonight, Villarreal were missing their main striker, and that was Gerard Moreno. As far as I'm aware, I think he's the only injury Villarreal have got. That Yeremy Pino, I thought he played well tonight before he came off. You know, he looked very, very threatening every time he got the ball. You know, Villarreal haven't been doing well in La Liga this season, and they're sitting 12th in La Liga. Before tonight's game, Villarreal drew 1-1 with Celta Vigo. Manchester United were missing some players tonight. Obviously, there was no Paul Pogba. Pogba's missing the rest of 2021, I think. Pogba's got a thigh injury. He suffered the thigh injury in France training earlier on in the season. Pogba may never play for the club again. Obviously, there was no Varane tonight. You know, he's out with a hamstring injury. He's out for another 2 to 3 weeks. It's a second injury Varane has endured at Man United, because not so long ago, Varane had a groin injury. And he was out with that groin injury for a few weeks. Luke Shaw, he was missing tonight because he got a head injury in the defeat to Watford. So obviously Tellez came in for Luke Shaw at left back. I didn't think Tellez did too bad tonight either. Cavani, obviously was missing tonight. Obviously Cavani is out with injury until December. And obviously Mason Greenwood's not available at the moment because Mason Greenwood has got COVID. So there you go. But I thought tonight it was a very good defensive performance by Manchester United. It really, really was. So reflecting on this win tonight, you know, this gives Manchester United some confidence going into the game against Chelsea this Sunday. We are aware that the game against Chelsea is going to be very, very difficult. Chelsea have been superb so far this season. You know, they're one of the favourites to win the Premier League. As for Michael Carrick, he could be in charge for the game against Chelsea on Sunday. It depends on, you know, the situation with Mauricio Pochettino. Now, I give you the news on Mauricio Pochettino earlier on today. Now, reports have said that Manchester United have agreed to pay the 10 million compensation fee for Mauricio Pochettino. The Manchester Evening News said earlier on today that Man United are confident of appointing Mauricio Pochettino as their next permanent manager. And it said Mauricio Pochettino is interested in the Manchester United job. And earlier on this week it said Pochettino is ready to quit PSG to become Manchester United manager now. Romano confirmed yesterday that Pochettino is Manchester United's first choice. But now I'm hearing that Pochettino is very happy at PSG because obviously Pochettino is now in Manchester. You know, Manchester United have held talks with Pochettino. Pochettino has a full season left on his PSG contract. I think he has won one trophy with PSG. But I do think that Pochettino is a good manager, even though he's hardly won anything. You know, Pochettino's proven in the Premier League because, you know, he did enjoy a 5.5 year tenure with Tottenham. And analysing the vast majority of his tenure at Tottenham, Tottenham were competing in and out of the top four. But in 2018, he guided Tottenham to their first ever Champions League final. He deserves credit for that. And he also almost won the Premier League when he was Tottenham manager. I think Tottenham made a mistake sacking Pochettino. He also managed Southampton. He wasn't at Southampton long, but he still got Southampton to their highest ever finish in the Premier League. So they're the clubs he's managed in the Premier League so far. Before he managed Espanyol. Man United should have got Pochettino after the sacking of Mourinho, but the club decided to go with Solskjaer instead. You know, if Zidane goes to PSG, I can assure Pochettino will be coming to Man United. You know, PSG have already made contact with Zidane. Zidane's been linked with the managerial role at Man United, but earlier on this week it said Zidane is not interested in taking over at Manchester United, as he doesn't feel ready for the Premier League at the moment. So I have now disregarded Zidane coming to United. Eric Ten Hag, you know, him coming to Man United is a possibility. I think he's our second choice. You know, Pochettino's the first and then Eric Ten Hag is the second. I presume there's a lot of United fans that would take Eric Ten Hag. I think he's done a good job at Ajax. You know, he's won trophies with them. I like the way he develops young players as well. He's endured like 4 years at Ajax. Obviously, Brendan Rodgers, he's been spoken about a lot as well. But I've disregarded him coming now because not so long ago, Brendan Rodgers dismissed his links to Man United. And he said, I'm proud to be at Leicester. But Rodgers has been contacted by Man United. The other week he was house hunting in Cheshire, so reflecting on that, that stirred some suggestions up. You know, at one point Rodgers was the favourite to replace Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. I've been hearing as well that, you know, Man United could make a move for Ralph Rangnick if they can't get Pochettino this season. But it recently said that Manchester United are looking for an interim manager until the end of the season. Then they'll look to get a permanent manager at the end of the season. As you all know, last Sunday morning, Ole Gunnar Solskjaer was officially sacked by Manchester United, obviously following the 4-1 thrashing to Watford. I did feel for Solskjaer. Obviously, you know, he did that farewell interview and he got emotional in that farewell interview. But like I said, reflecting on the poor performances under Ole, you know, not all of the blame stemmed from Ole. Yes, he was accountable for certain things, you know, his tactics and his team selections were questioned a lot. But, you know, there was players that had to take responsibility as well from them poor performances. You know, Manchester United paid Solskjaer around £7.5 million. Because obviously in the summer, you know, when Ole was United manager, he signed a 3-year contract with an option of a further year. And I thought the club did make a mistake giving him that contract, because I knew for a long time that Ole was never the long-term manager for United. You know, Ole was in charge of the club for almost 3 years, and I'm surprised he lasted as long as he did. You know, but despite Ole getting sacked on Sunday morning, You know, all United fans will still always adore him. You know, I think there was chanting his name tonight. You know, we got to appreciate what Ollie did for the club. You know, Ollie was a very good player for Man United. He endured 11 years as a player for United. He had a proven pedigree when he was a player, but unfortunately, Ollie didn't have a proven pedigree as a manager, and that definitely was a concern. You know, this season was Ollie's third full season at Man United, and I mentioned at the start of this season that this season was going to be big for him, and obviously the pressure was on him, reflecting on the good summer transfer window Manchester United had. You know, Ollie did get appointed in as caretaker manager in December 2018. Obviously did well as the caretaker manager, so the club decided to give him the job on a permanent basis back in March 2019. Didn't they? And you know, Ollie ran out of excuses, didn't he, towards the end of his managerial tenure at Man United, because, you know, Man United enjoyed a good summer transfer window this year. Plus, Ollie received very good backing from the board. You know, the Glazers backed him, Ed Woodward backed him, our director of football, John Murtaugh, backed him, and Darren Fletcher backed him. Ollie enjoyed like 5 transfer windows when he was United manager, of course, and you know, Man United spent over £400 million under Ollie. And plus, you know, Man United have got a very, very good squad as well. But obviously, when we had Ollie, you know, there were a team of individuals, weren't there? And quite clearly they weren't playing for Ollie, you know, in the last couple months of his managerial tenure. You know, Ollie was never capable of winning trophies as United manager. He didn't win a trophy when he was United manager. Man United have not won a trophy since 2017. So I'm hoping we can win a trophy this season. You know, Ollie was the 4th permanent manager to be sacked since Ferguson, because Man United have, you know, sacked Moyes, Van Gaal, Mourinho, and obviously on Sunday morning officially sacked Solskjaer. So now Man United are on the hunt for the 5th permanent manager since Ferguson. But I presume Solskjaer would have been watching tonight's game, and I think he would have been happy, you know, with obviously the result. I think he'd have definitely been happy with Sancho's performance tonight. The best game he's had so far as a United player. I think he'd have been happy with Ronaldo scoring. I think he'd have been happy with Van der Beek. I think he'd have been happy, you know, when Fernandes came on, because he made an impact like I mentioned earlier. He'd have also been delighted, you know, when Rashford came on. He'll be thinking to himself, Ollie, why couldn't you play like that under me? But anyway, on my next video, I'll be giving you the player ratings from this game. So anyway, guys, that's everything to update you with. Drop your comments, likes below on the channel. If you do, consider subscribe as always, and take care. God bless. See you all again very, very soon.